Minecraft has a lot of mods. According to Wikipedia, there are over 257,308 mods that change Minecraft in one way or another. From minuscule ones like the raised mod that started out as a simple way to increase the height of the GUI, to overhauls that completely change the feel and look of the game. Like, we have mods that add dimensions, mods that add new creatures, mods that add blocks that when broken, give you a surprise, which can be good or very bad. But there's a whole subgenre of mods that set out to do one thing: make Minecraft, well, better. Better Nether, better animals, and better caves. Today we're going to be taking a look at the creator who has made some of the most popular structure mods of all time. Young Nick Young has around 1.3 billion downloads at the time of recording this, which is absolutely insane to try and comprehend. We're going to be taking a look at all of his better mods. From better nether fortresses to better caves, and can't forget about all of the extra stuff he included in its own download, Young's Extras. He has gone through and changed almost all of the vanilla structures we know, except for villages. Someone else did that one. But this intro is becoming way too long. Let's go ahead and get started with the first mod. Oh, and before I forget to mention, there are chapters for every single mod we will look at in case you're here looking for something specific or realize that the mod being showcased just isn't for you. You can just skip it. Alright, I really gotta get on with this now. Starting off, let's take a look at the absolute most beautiful remastered structure. Better desert temples completely change the small pyramids we are all used to. Apart from the obvious scale difference, there is a challenge you must complete before you get to satisfy your greed. Giving you mining fatigue, the pharaoh requires you to complete a quite long set of puzzles and parkour to reach him. But once you do, he's equipped with an army. While this mod does add an increase in challenge, it also has better loot waiting for you. Next up, we have better dungeons. Not only does this redesign the dungeon we all know and are probably bored of at this point, but it adds some new ones as well. The catacombs, the fortresses of the undead, the spooky spider caves, as well as the nether dungeon. The remastered vanilla dungeon looks so much better than their counterpart. It's an honest breath of fresh air. Made of some of the same cobblestone and mossy variants, the dungeon now has much more shape and details thanks to the added depth, stone bricks, and the use of chains and barrels, which just seems to make a lot more sense inside of the underground structure. To find the catacombs, look for one of these entrances on the surface. Follow the ruined stairs down into a larger chamber where you find a stone casket type structure in the middle. Within this tomb, you will find both a chest as well as a spawner ready to guard their precious treasure. From this room, there will be more staircases that lead down to tunnels and more burial chambers full of zombies and skeletons, as well as chests full of loot. There are some very cool looking rooms down here, so definitely come prepared to fight off dozens of mobs so you can see everything this place has to offer. The Fortress of the Undead is a place where skeletons come together to go over their plans of world domination. Think of it as their headquarters. Obviously I'm kidding, but the fortress is home to smithing tables, anvils, music blocks, and barrels with some decent stuff inside depending on where you are progression-wise. Oh, and you can't forget about the mini skeleton spawners spaced out between the two-floor structure. Just make sure to bring a shield if you're set on finding one of these things, because when you do, if you ever find yourself spotting one of these structures, it's probably best just to stay away. Now, if you don't want to listen to every single one of your instincts, go right ahead and get yourself stuck every 2 blocks. Inside the spooky spider caves, you will find large wool cocoons, and these spiders are ready to pounce on you with their poison. For real with this one, I don't think the hidden loot will ever be worth all of the time it will take to clear. The towering nether dungeon can be found, well, scattered across the nether. Standing menacingly above, you will find a blaze spawner within the top room. On top of that, a pool of lava can be discovered, and below, even more lava. While there isn't much going on exploration-wise, the spawner placement might be very useful to anyone looking to make a blaze farm. Also note, this dungeon actually has to be enabled within the config, so if you're having trouble finding it, it might be because there are none to find. Up next, we have better ocean monuments. Completely redesigning and overhauling the underwater temple we've all swam into and drowned because this guy decided his bad day was our problem. Each one you come across will be a little different from the last, with randomized hallways and Elder Guardian chambers. You will definitely need to think about the way you came in. Other than the obvious increase in size, you can find the entrance to have some ruined components, long, never-ending hallways, as well as some actually worthwhile loot, like tridents and hearts of the sea. Next, we have better Mineshafts. This mod not only overhauls the basic mineshaft, but adds in 13 different biome variants for you to explore. You can also find some very cool rooms like workstation cellars and miner outpost, which in a mineshaft makes a lot of sense. Also, keep a lookout for rare surface entrances like this. This one is definitely one of the better looking of today's list, so enjoy as we take a look at all of the variety this mod adds. The next mod adds in a few new variants of witch huts for you to explore. With a slightly altered loot table, the new structures are a welcome upgrade to the little shacks that really do nothing at all. You can also find this very creepy witch circle. I'm not sure what it means, but toil and trouble, cauldron bubble. While I'm personally a fan of more straightforward caves, the Better Caves mod completely overhauls everything you know about cave systems. With the ability to find huge underground lakes and rivers, gigantic flooded caverns, and also cavernous lava rooms, the mod also changes the way caves are shaped. With a lot more verticality and variety to worry about, it makes exploring caves truly fun again. Just take a look for yourselves. If the Better Caves mod isn't enough to satisfy your craving for cave exploration, add the Better Caves biomes as well. Coming in with 2 new cave biomes to explore, this mod also adds 2 new mobs, new vegetation, and a new food item, as well as a ton of new blocks. I like how you can actually see through the creeping ice. It feels like it could be cool to build with. Being probably the structure I don't even bother with the most, Better Jungle Temples is definitely improvement over its vanilla counterpart. With a much larger scale, this jungle temple has actual puzzles you must complete if you want a share of the loot below. The first floor is a quite simple maze with the traditional arrow traps triggered by tripwires. The second floor having a wall that will push you onto magma if you don't time your jumps correctly, as well as a falling dripstone trap, so make sure you bring your helmet. Lastly, on the bottom floor, you have a puzzle you have to complete mentally before finally being in the loot room, but even there, you aren't quite safe from traps just yet. Adding in the much larger and more complex fortress, Better Nether fortresses are made up of 3 distinct parts: the massive keep, and if you have the create mod, you'll find you need to use it to open the door, the bridge network, which is pretty self-explanatory, as well as the lava halls, which can be found even under lava oceans. This redesign changes the feel of exploring a massive lava fort. With a much more daunting scale, it feels like a muchly appropriate upgrade to your Vanilla Plus adventures. Better Strongholds adds in a very much needed revamp to what is supposed to be the final place you have to find before you can technically beat the game, but we all know it's actually just the beginning to your journey. Adding in over 15 rooms, there are hallways, tunnels, traps, and secrets for you to explore before you even find what you came for, the glorious portal room. Finally, we've reached the end of Minecraft, but definitely not the end of this list. We have a very cool revamp to the boss arena that houses the dragon. Cooler spawn, cooler pillars, cooler gateways, and a cooler portal. This fight doesn't actually start until you get closer to the center. The mechanics of the fight remain the exact same: destroy the crystals and kill the dragon. But you might find it mildly infuriating that you have to keep running back to the top of the portal house just to do some damage to the dragon. The last few mods don't actually replace any of the vanilla structures, rather adds in new ones for you to find while exploring the seemingly endless world. Young's Bridges adds in over 15 variants of archways, with biome-specific versions of each. If you notice the lackluster spawning, just know they're doing their best. The last mod of the day is Young's Extras, a mod that adds a plethora of little structures to come across. Starting off in the desert, Young's Extras adds in obelisks, new wells, and these cool flame structures. Heading over to the swamp biomes, this mod also adds in new ruins, pillars, and a supposed few rare Easter egg structures, but I'll be honest, I have no idea what they are. All of these structures are very fitting into vanilla, which I know is a selling point for a lot of people. From the air, to the land, to the sea, down underground, oh and can't forget about all of the way down, Young's Better Mods adds in a huge plethora of remastered and new structures that feel like a truly maxed out Vanilla Plus experience. These mods don't actually add anything that strays away from the core components of Minecraft. That is going to be the end of this video. If it was helpful or you enjoyed it at all, any and all feedback, including hitting the big red button, is very much appreciated. This video was quite a doozy, but not all the videos have to be like that. So what are some other mods you guys would like to see? Thank you to everyone who tuned in, and I will see you later. Peace.